Welcome back to the Stephen A. Smith Show. Before I get on out of here, I had to talk about a story that's very, very important. And albeit indirectly, it involves...
You would think that when a struggling business is handed a winning lottery ticket, they would protect it at all costs. You would assume that when a league that has burned through cash for nearly 3 decades finally discovers a superstar who sells out arenas in minutes, the leadership would do everything possible to support her. But in the WNBA, logic seems to have been thrown out the window. Instead of rolling out the red carpet for Caitlin Clark, the league's hierarchy, led by Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, appears to be making her life harder, not easier. What started as jealousy has now escalated into something far more dangerous: institutional self-sabotage. Behind the scenes, reports continue to swirl that the league is no longer just allowing Clark to be targeted on the court. They are now considering disciplinary action against her. We're hearing talk of warnings, technical foul accumulation, and even potential suspensions. Let that sink in. The same player who is driving ticket sales, television ratings, and global attention is now being treated like a problem that needs to be controlled. It feels personal. It feels vindictive. And it has finally pushed one of the loudest voices in sports media over the edge, Stephen A. Smith. In a rant that sent shockwaves across the sports world, Smith didn't just defend Caitlin Clark. He went straight for the jugular of WNBA leadership. He called out the envy, the mismanagement, and the complete lack of business sense coming from the commissioner's office. His message was simple: threatening to suspend your golden goose is a death wish for the league. But to understand why Smith went nuclear, you have to understand what Clark truly represents. Before Clark arrived, the WNBA was operating on thin ice financially. For nearly 30 years, the league survived with heavy subsidies, limited viewership, and modest player salaries. Charter flights were considered unrealistic. Mainstream attention was inconsistent. Then the Clark effect hit, and everything changed overnight. Her games began outdrawing NBA matchups. Jersey sales exploded. Arenas sold out within minutes. Entire franchises moved games into larger venues just to keep up with demand. Clark wasn't just a player. She became a traveling economy. Because of that momentum, the league was finally able to secure massive media deals and unlock new revenue streams. Every player benefited. Every team benefited. And yet, instead of protecting their biggest asset, the league allowed a hostile environment to grow around her. Veteran players publicly questioned her legitimacy before she even played a professional minute. Once the season started, physical targeting became obvious. Hard fouls, blindside hits, and nonstop contact became the norm, with little consequence from officials. The moment that shifted everything was the now viral hip check incident against Chicago. The ball wasn't even in play when Clark was sent crashing to floor. It wasn't basketball, it was a statement. And initially, the league barely reacted. Only after public outrage did the punishment get upgraded. The message was clear. Taking shots at Caitlin Clark comes with minimal consequences. Stephen A. Smith exploded over that. He called it jealousy, plain and simple. He questioned why the league office failed to immediately protect its biggest investment. Instead of shutting down the behavior, the physical pressure continued. And when Clark pushed back emotionally, she became the one under scrutiny. That's where the real danger begins. Sources suggest the league is growing frustrated with the constant spotlight around officiating and Clark's reactions. Rather than fixing the officiating, the solution appears to be silencing the player. Technical fouls are piling up. In the WNBA, 7 technicals trigger an automatic suspension. Imagine the optics. The face of the league suspended during its biggest season ever because she complained about being hit. That would be a PR nightmare. Engelbert tried to frame the situation as healthy rivalry, comparing it to Magic versus Bird. But Smith dismantled that argument instantly. Magic and Bird competed fiercely. They didn't try to injure each other. By refusing to condemn the cheap shots directly, the league effectively normalized them. Smith also touched on the uncomfortable cultural tension surrounding Clark's popularity. A white superstar entering a predominantly black league has triggered complicated conversations about media attention, marketability, and bias. Smith acknowledged that reality, but he made one thing clear. You don't fix societal imbalance by punishing the one athlete bringing growth, visibility, and money to everyone. History shows us how smart leagues behave. The NBA protected Michael Jordan. The PGA embraced Tiger Woods. LeBron James was marketed before winning anything. Superstars are engines of growth, not threats to be managed. Yet the WNBA appears to be resisting its own momentum. Smith's warning was blunt. If Caitlin Clark gets injured, suspended, or driven away by this environment, the fans will leave with her. The revenue will disappear. The momentum will collapse. The league will return to irrelevance. This isn't about favoritism. It's about survival. The WNBA now stands at a crossroads. They can either protect their greatest opportunity and embrace the future, or continue down a path of insecurity, jealousy, and poor leadership. Because if they destroy this moment, there will be no second chance. The world is watching, and right now, the league is blinking.